So 3 space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Okay, everybody, I want to welcome you all to my 7th game of Jeopardy for the Super Nintendo, in which so far I've won myself $152,800. Am I going to win more? We shall find out soon. Yep, $152,800 in only 6 games, only $47,200 away from breaking $200,000. Let's do this. Here we go. Jeopardy round, ready to commence.
Here are the categories.
And our 6 categories are going to be law, screenwriters, science, Robo would like that one, sports stadiums, nutrition, and finally, Carolinas. Alright, let's get going. This is for you, Jay. Carolinas 100.
The answer is...
This author, once stationed at Charleston as a sergeant major, used it as his setting for the gold bug. Not too sure about this one. Edgar Allan Poe. It's alright. The Carolinas for 200.
The answer is...
This island was named for an 18th century treasure of South Carolina. Tell it to the Marines. Oh. Paris Island. Okay. The Carolinas 300.
The answer is...
The largest city in the Carolinas bears this woman's name. What is Charlotte? There we go. The Carolinas for 400.
The answer is...
These, on the border between North Carolina and Tennessee, were named for the haze hanging over them. What are the Great Smoky Mountains? The Carolinas for 500.
The answer is...
Governor John White of North Carolina was the grandfather of this first English child born in the Americas. Who is Virginia Dare? I'll go to law for 100.
The answer is...
A second prosecution for the same offense, or the second round of this game. What is double jeopardy? Law for 200.
The answer is...
It's measured in degrees, all of which are deadly. What is murder? Law for 300.
The answer is...
An amendment is to the Constitution as this is to a will. Jenny. A codicil. Codicil, however you say that. But either way, it's right. So that gets Jenny on the board with $300, and we go to the next selection. Sports stadiums, 100.
The answer is...
The house that Ruth built. What is Yankee Stadium? Sports stadiums for 200.
The answer is
Boston's Green Monster is in this stadium. What is Fenway Park? Sports stadiums for 300.
the answer is
Major League Baseball's first domed stadium is in this city. What is... Houston? Houston, Texas, yeah. Sports stadiums for 400.
the answer is
The Chicago Cubs can now go out and play at night here. What is Wrigley Field? Sports stadiums 500.
the answer is
Ann Arbor School that has the largest U.S. college stadium. What is the University of Michigan? $3,000. Law for 400.
the answer is
To avoid litigation, this type of insurance or divorce avoids affixing blame. What is no fault? Law for 500.
the answer is
While a summons asks nicely, this demands your appearance in court. What is a subpoena? Nutrition for 100.
the answer is
3 ounces of this pickled cabbage has only 18 calories. What is sauerkraut? Nutrition for 200.
the answer is
This mineral, which forms teeth and bones, is by weight the most common mineral in the body. And Jim had the nerve to lock me out. Calcium, he got it. I knew that one, Jim. Why'd you lock me out? Either way, we're moving on. Nutrition for 300.
the answer is
A primary food type along with carbohydrates and proteins. They help the body prevent viral infections. What are fats? Nutrition for 400. Daily double. And I'll bet it all. There are 2 types of vitamins. Fat soluble and this kind. What is water soluble? $8,600. And nutrition for
the
500.
answer is
Starches are complex forms of these simple carbohydrates. What are sugars? And that's going to put me over $9,000. $9,100 to be exact. Science 100.
the answer is
It's an alloy that contains 7.5% copper and 92.5% silver. Jenny. Sterling silver. Uh-huh. You're at $400. Science 200.
the answer is
One of the first devices to use to store an electric charge. This jar was named for a Dutch city. Oh! Ah, Jim locked me out. A Leyden jar. I knew that one! Oh well. Tied for second place. Science 300.
the answer is
His steelmaking process involved blowing air through molten iron to oxidize impurities. Jim. Sir Henry Bessemer. He's the one. Screenwriters 100.
the answer is
John Huston and Ray Bradbury brought this Melville classic to the screen. What is Moby Dick? take screenwriters for 200, please.
The answer is.
If you'd gone up and seen her sometime, she might have been writing I'm No Angel or Klondike Annie. Who's Mae West? I'll take screenwriters for 300, please.
The answer is.
This star of Harold and Maude wrote Pat and Mike with her husband, Garson Kanin. I don't remember that one. Jim. Ruth Gordon, that's right. I keep forgetting about that one, but that's okay. He's at $1,000. We have 4 clues left. Go to the next one. Science 400.
The answer is.
Order of animal that includes man. Oh, what is it? Jenny. Mammals, that's true. She doubles her money, and we have 3 clues left. Screenwriters for 400.
The answer is.
Author of Exodus, who wrote the screenplay for Gunfight at the OK Corral. Who is Leon Uris? That'll put me at $9,800, getting me very close to $10,000. Screenwriters 500.
The answer is.
Charles MacArthur and Ben Hecht adapted Wuthering Heights for film, but not this, their own 1928 hit play. What is the front page? Now the last clue.
The answer is.
Division of the animal kingdom, just below phylum. What is class? So I have 10,800. Jim has 1,000. Jenny 800. So she'll go first in Double Jeopardy. Wow, what a Jeopardy round there. $10,800 at the very end. As we get ready for Double Jeopardy.
Here are the categories.
Landmarks, transportation, fairy tales, Renaissance art, fathers, and finally, starts with KN. Let's get this round underway, please, with fairy tales for 200.
The answer is.
In Hansel and Gretel, Gretel ended up shoving her into an oven. Ah, Jenny locked me out. The Witch, uh-huh. Tied with Jim for second place at $1,000. Renaissance art 200.
The answer is.
Of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and El Greco, the one born first. Who was Leonardo da Vinci? I'll take Renaissance art for 400.
The answer is.
Known for his buxom nudes, this Flemish artist produced at least 1,200 paintings. Who's Peter Paul Rubens? I'll have Renaissance art for 600, please.
The answer is.
Italians were masters of this medium of painting on fresh plaster. Ah! Jim lucked me out. Oh, he doesn't know. Too bad. What is a fresco? Renaissance art for 800.
The answer is.
Though German, famed portrait artist Hans Holbein became court painter to this English king, who's Henry VIII. Renaissance art for 1,000.
The answer is.
Born in Urbino in 1483, this painter learned much of his craft from Michelangelo and Leonardo. Who is Raphael? $13,800 now. Fairy Tale's 400.
The answer is.
This little man said, "Today I bake, tomorrow brew. Next day I'll have the Queen's Child too." Jim. Rumpelstiltskin. $800. He doubles his money. He trails me by 13,000. Transportation for 200.
The answer is.
Though he started designing helicopters in 1909, his first didn't fly until 1939, and Jim had the nerve to lock me out. Despite the fact that, oh, he doesn't know again. Serves you right. Who's Igor Sikorsky? I'll take transportation for 400.
The answer is.
The IRT, IND, and BMT are 3 divisions of this city's subway system. What is New York? Transportation for 600, please.
The answer is.
The first national exhibition of these was held in 1900 in Madison Square Garden. What are automobiles? Transportation for 800.
The answer is.
Famous for motorcycles, this Japanese company is the world's biggest maker of musical instruments. What is Yamaha? Transportation for 1,000.
The answer is.
Sweden, Denmark, and Norway share it as their national airline. What is SAS? $16,800. A Fairy Tales for 600, please. Daily double. I will go for 8,200. Put me at $25,000 if I answer correctly on this clue. This breakfast food rolled its way to safety until it agreed to sit on a pig's snout. What is a pancake? Yes, indeed. Fairy Tales for 800.
The answer is.
Nationality of Aladdin, the boy with the magic lamp. What is Chinese? Fairy Tales for 1,000.
The answer is.
The little match girl was carried to heaven by this relative. Who is her grandmother? Well done. Father's 200.
The answer is.
This actor, the father of triplets, was just a boy on the Waltons. Who's Richard Thomas? I'll take Fathers for 400, please.
The answer is.
He was a mother of invention, but father to Moon Unit and Dweezil. Who is Frank Zappa? Fathers for 600.
The answer is.
He shows up for New Year's with an hourglass and a scythe. Who's Father Time? Fathers for 800.
The answer is.
Percy Kilbride played him in a series of rural comedies. Who's Pa Kettle? Fathers for 1,000.
The answer is.
He was father to Queen Elizabeth I. Who's Henry VIII? Alright. Landmarks 200. The other daily double. 29,800. Let's bet it all. Here's the clue. Paris' Cathedral of Notre Dame is on an island on this river. What is the Seine? That's the one! $59,600. 400.
The answer is.
Number of pyramids at Giza in Egypt. Jim. Woo! 3. There are 3 pyramids at Giza in Egypt. Landmark 600.
The answer is.
Here rests an honored glory, an American soldier known but to God is inscribed on the tomb of this. What is the unknown soldier? Come on. That's correct. I'm going to have over $60,000. 60,200. Landmarks 800, please.
The answer is.
This admiral statue stands atop a column in London's Trafalgar Square. Who is Horatio Nelson? If I can just hold on to this money, I'll have over $200,000. Landmarks 1,000.
The answer is.
If you're standing on Mount Fuji, you're on this island. What is Honshu? Honshu Island, yep. Starts with KN for 200.
The answer is.
A short, thick German sausage. What is a knockwurst? $400.
The answer is.
It was Tennessee's first state capital. What is Knoxville? $600.
The answer is.
A trinket. A gewgaw. A gewgaw. Ah! Jim locked me out. I'm actually not too worried at this point. It's a knick-knack. $800.
The answer is.
A varlet. What is a knave? Last clue.
The answer is.
A hilarious joke might be described as a real one of these. What is a knee slapper? And that'll put me at $64,400. Jim 1,600, Jenny 1,000. As we go on to Final Jeopardy. Category is the Oscars. I'm going to go $35,599. He won an Oscar for Best Actor of a 1969 for Western. Who was John Wayne? And if that's right, I go up to $99,999. Is it John Wayne? He's the one. Let's see if my competitors got it right. Well, Jenny did. She doubles her money to $2,000. How about Jim? No, he loses all his money. And of course I got it right. Take me up to $99,999 for a 7-game winning total of $252,799. We look forward to seeing you all in that next video coming soon.